We often hear that Canada produces high-quality wheat, but just what does that mean? For a baker, it means that wheat has been milled into flour that does a good job of producing the kind of bread and other products that their customers prefer. Since there are dozens, if not hundreds of different types of these products around the world, quality means different things to different buyers. Jan27, who is in charge of the pilot bakery at Winnipeg's Canadian International Grains Institute, describes some of the bread products from around the world.
Bread is one of mankind's oldest form of food, and it's often referred to as the staff of life because it is a staple in so many countries. So when we're working with all these different markets and relative to what class or what Canadian wheat quality will best fit into their market, quality expectations are different, baking processes are different, baking formulations are different. At Siggy we have many different types of equipment to be able to showcase their processing parameters when we're processing or making bread with them. So the equipment also impacts or dictates really also what wheat quality will work best in their market. Every country have their traditional bread that they know and love, and Japan, this would be a typical product for Japan called shokupan. That market is a market that has come to depend on Canada for its high protein CWRS wheat. Part of that reason is because of the high absorption capability, the white color that it brings to their shokupan, the strength in our CWRS class. They have a very unique baking process where they actually ferment a portion of the flour, water, and yeast for about 4 hours before they go ahead and make bread. So it's a very a unique process, and you require high gluten strength to accommodate that.
Over the past 40 years, Siggy has brought thousands of millers and bakers from around the world to learn how to use Canadian wheat. But using Canadian wheat for baking also means turning it into flour first. Siggy also demonstrates how to mill wheat at a full-scale flour mill located at the 11th floor of the building it shares with the Canadian Grain Commission in the heart of downtown Winnipeg. Ashok Sarkar, Siggy's Director of Milling Technology, explains why it is important to give customers a first-hand demonstration of how to use Canadian products.
So we bring people here on various programs to demonstrate how Canadian wheat is milled into flour, which they would produce their own country. And it is very helpful because we have commercial equipment here which they can relate to. They may not have exactly the same equipment in every case. In many cases they do, so they can relate to what's coming off the mill very closely to what they will actually achieve in their plant.
Jan27 says that working with customers is an ongoing process, as the quality and availability of Canadian wheat can change from year to year.
One of our strengths is having that understanding of what key markets, key Canadian wheat importing countries are looking to Canada, how to optimize and utilize that wheat. We just came back from Bangladesh last week, and part of the reason also going there is to get that current knowledge from them. It's a learning process for us as well. When we want to gain a better understanding of how they're using Canadian wheat in their market, and it changes all the time. So it depends on many factors: price, quality expectations in all these markets, and there's always that shifting going on.